Okay, everybody. Thank y'all again for the questions. We had a few in here, so I'm going to read them out and answer them as best as you can. All right, number one. We've been told you watch a lot of movies. What are some of the genres you like and what some of the actors you enjoy watching?
Well, I do watch movies, and I love all type of movies. I love movies. And one of my favorite, I love Forrest Gump. I mean, to be honest, one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. But I like a lot of John Wayne movies. I like a lot of Westerns. I enjoy a good mystery, even a romance. I just love movies.
Death Wish.
Oh, another one of them is Death Wish with Charles Bronson. Excuse me. I've probably watched the movies at least 3-4 times a piece. I don't mind watching the movie over. If it's a good movie, I'll watch it more than 1, 2, 3 times sometimes. I just love movies. Okay.
And the second part of this question is, what is one you've seen recently that you really enjoyed? If you can't remember the title, describe it. I'll know the title.
There's no dog many movies I'll watch.
He does watch a lot of movies, so he probably watches 2 or 3 a day.
Let me see here. I'm trying to. The last I watched could have been more than about 3 days ago. The old brain just don't work that good.
Would it be the new Coming to America?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it sure was, with Eddie Murphy.
The second Coming to America on Amazon Prime.
We watched the second one, Coming to America, and then after I watched it, my son put on the first one, and I enjoyed both them movies. They were pretty cool. They were nice. I enjoyed them.
Okay, thank you for your question there. And now we'll go on to our second question. I've heard you read a lot.
Yes. The only problem with me reading, if I pick up a book and I really get into it, I don't put it down until I finish it. It don't matter if it takes 10, 12, 14 hours. I've seen me do without sleep, not eat, or nothing if I am involved in a good book. And I love to read, and that's what kind of got me to do a little writing. Folks, let me tell you something. A very wise man made this statement, and I want y'all to stop and think about it. Life is short, but death is forever. That has a good meaning to it. Okay, once you start getting up to age, I'm 76, going on 77, and just until about a year or so ago, I didn't get into all of this. But if there's something you always really wanted to do, like if you want to sing or you want to write a book or just anything, go ahead and do it. Because you won't live forever. Do it and you see how happy it makes you. I wrote all these little funny stories of my memories back when I was a kid standing down with my grandpa and Pastor Chandler's front porch, just all kind of little funny stories and all. I wrote them down. And I wrote them because mainly we're in a world of crap right now with all the virus and the war going on and everything else. It's unreal. People out of work and all. And I told my wife, my son, I said, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a bunch of little funny stories and get my son to film me and put these on YouTube. I said, if it makes just one person laugh or relax or enjoy themselves, I've done what I wanted to do.
And you've heard from your feedback, it has helped a lot of people.
And I've heard back all the way from Scotland and all over. I mean, people all over is watching it. And what's really great is a friend of my son, she works at a nursing home. And them people at that nursing home, they can't wait to every Thursday to catch my episode. They love it. And that makes me feel so good. So if there's something you really want to do, don't put it off. Do it. Because life is short and death is forever.
Okay, good. Now, there's a second part to this question. I might have to help you with this. Who are some of the authors you like reading? I know one that's already popped in my memory, but I'll see if you can remember his name.
Well, I don't really look at the authors of a book that much. I just read the book, you know. So I can't name authors that much, really.
I'll say I know you enjoy Jack Ketchum.
Yeah, I read a lot of Jack Ketchum. He's got some good stuff.
And I did contact Jack Ketchum before he died and mentioned this to him. He was so happy to have a fan that was close to his age, you know, because he's used to people my age reading him. But
yeah.
Well, some of the books. And this person wanted to know, what some of the series you've read? Like, do you read a book more than once?
Oh God, yes. I usually take a book like when I go hunting, and I'm sitting up in a tree or sitting in a shooting house, whatever. Because I used to hunt from daylight to dark, and now it's hard for me to do it, so I bring a book. I bring me a sandwich and something to drink, and I'll sit there, and I'll read on a book, and I'll look up and look around like this. I'll read on a book. Well, I love the Clan of the Cave Bears. I have the whole series, and I have probably read that series of books 10 times because I read it every hunting season. And I still enjoy it, even though I know every chapter, what's following, it doesn't matter. I still love the book, you know. I love anything to do with prehistoric time and all like that. I've read just tons of books. Every time my wife finds one, or because she likes to go to these bookstores and stuff and use books, and my son too, if they see anything like that, they'll pick it up for me, and I'll read. I love all them kind of books. Okay, another one I read all the way through was Little House on the Prairie. That was a fantastic book. Okay. The Windhaven Range, I read all of them books. They were fantastic, you know. So I've read quite a few books. It's hard to even think about how many books I've read, but yes, I have read a lot of books.
Okay, and our last question here. We know you hunt and fish a lot. What are your thoughts on the government defunding public parks and trying to do away with the stuff protecting our wildlife and lakes?
I think it's a bunch of crap. That's what it is. Let me tell you what. Well, not our last president, the next president, Obama, he was there, and I have no hard feelings against him because he's black in the land. It doesn't matter to me. I judge a man for what his character is and what he does. While he was in office, we have a lot of national forest that he shut down to human trafficking. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of acres. A lot of people going there. A lot of people were making their living prospecting gold and stuff in the streams and going there camping and fishing with their family and all. They shut down. You can't go in them no more. I mean, hundreds of thousands of acres. Now, why in the world would you want to take stuff that belongs to the people and take it away from them? And they wonder why there's a lot of hate, discontent in our country. Well, just stuff like that make you kind of feel a little mad towards the government. I know I do.
Okay, I got one I want to throw in here then. Okay, how do you feel about the previous president then cutting almost all environmental protection away?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. The president can't do no more than what the Congress is going to let him. And there's some stuff that does get passed that shouldn't get passed. And they play silly games. You know, you got the Democrats and Republicans constantly fighting each other. And they don't care what's happening to the country or doing what's best for the country. All they want to do is get at each other. You know, it's ridiculous. Like a bunch of little kids in grammar school. Okay? It's so ridiculous when you got something really good here that can help the country. But I ain't saying Democrats, I ain't saying Republicans, the other party, whichever one, says, okay, we'll pass that if you'll pass this. And they'll put a bunch of garbage in it, don't mean nothing. I mean, it does not mean nothing. I don't know what to do. It just blows my mind. I wish they would do away with such thing as Democrat, Republican, had just, you vote for the best person and the best person wins. Because they get in and go to fighting each other, and they don't get nothing done. They're too busy fighting each other. That's just my thought on it.
Okay.
I don't know if other people feel that way or not, but that's the way I feel about it.
Fair answer. All right, well, that's the last one, but I want to thank everybody for sending in questions. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
No, just that I'm going to probably start reading a book that I wrote. And
yeah, give them a little synopsis.
I'm going to try to read like a chapter a day or something, you know. And it's about a guy that his wife and kid got killed and raped in New York. He worked for the stock exchange. He was a multi-millionaire because everything he touched turned to money. He was a whiz on Wall Street. And the girl that lives next door talked to him and taking a trip. She run like a travel agency. She booked vacations and stuff for people. She told me, you need to go to the Amazon on a fishing trip and enjoy yourself. He said, well, I don't fish. He said, well, it doesn't matter. Just go over there and see the peace and quiet and the wildlife. It'll be worth it to you. It'll be a 2-week trip. So he decided to go, and just where the book takes off.